When people think of Tennessee, most imagine rolling green hills and peaceful farms. Truly, this land is beautiful. But behind that beauty lies a serious problem: the destruction caused by wild boars. While most people are still asleep, my brothers and I are already awake. What wakes us is not an alarm clock, but responsibility. Responsibility to the farmers who called for help, to the fields threatened every single day. Today's mission is simple: track down and deal with the boars wreaking havoc. Come join us for a day in the life of our hunt. Are you ready? Let's go. Dawn has yet to break over the Tennessee hills, but the battle has already begun. After laying out our strategy, we split up and push into the dense thickets. Here, visibility is nearly zero. Everything depends on hearing, courage, and seamless teamwork. Despite the tangled terrain and obstructed vision, I carefully followed the sound of our hunting dogs barking. As I drew near, I saw the pack surrounding a wild boar, cutting off all escape routes. All I needed was to find a clear angle, then squeeze the trigger. One decisive shot sealed a flawless teamwork play. The hounds blocked its retreat. I delivered the final blow. Today, it seems luck is on our side. Ignoring the distracting chorus of barking, David kept his cool, approaching the target slowly and calmly. Using the trunk of an ancient oak as perfect cover, he waited for the right moment. When it came, he raised his rifle, and boom, neutralized the target instantly. A prime example of keeping steady nerves and sharp technique under pressure. How many points would you rate this clutch play? Elsewhere in the thickets, Thomas picked up on suspicious movement and readied himself for a close-range clash. The moment the boar charged out, his decisive shot rang out. The beast lost balance, tumbling down the slope, stopping the threat in its tracks and restoring peace to the fields. It hid in the shadows to spread fear, but we stood firm to protect the land. This finishing move deserves a solid 10, don't you agree? After a quick lunch to recharge, we drove toward the western hillside. Here, patience was the advantage, and long-range calculated shots were the keys to success. Despite the scorching heat on the rocky slope, our mission allowed no lapse in focus. That persistence paid off when a wild boar revealed itself. Just as it began descending, the shot rang out, pinning it before it could take another step. Amid this barren rocky land, we fight to preserve the grass and flowers. From his elevated vantage point, John calculated a nearly perfect trajectory. The boar ran below, completely unaware that every move was under control. The moment it crossed his line of sight, the curtain fell. End game. Just as the mission on the hillside seemed complete, a lone shadow appeared in the distant brush. Without hesitation, the final shot of the day rang out clean, decisive, placing the perfect period at the end of a day of relentless pursuit. Rover Defender rolled down the last rugged trails, the exhaustion of a long day finally caught up with us. On my iPhone 15 Pro, I jotted down a few notes, lessons learned from the hunt. Every mission is not only about eliminating threats, but also about understanding our enemy and improving ourselves. We have the strong backing of the U.S. government with clear support resources and insurance policies, giving us peace of mind to devote ourselves fully. The mission in Tennessee is far from over. We will return for the next chapters of this fight. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss a single moment of this ongoing battle. Sound of gunfire and barking dogs echoed through the forest, signaling that the hunt was in full swing. Our hunt took place in a forest in southwestern Germany with dense vegetation that is ideal for wild boar to live. The hunting trips are not for recreational purposes. We just want to destroy and control the wild boar population because they are developing into a scary invasive species. In Germany, being a hunter is not just about taking a gun into the woods and shooting. We have to undergo at least a year of training, learning about the law, ecology, animal ethics, and even animal anatomy. Only after passing the exam and getting a hunting license can I officially enter the world of German hunters. Every time we go into the forest, we have to be alert. One wrong step, one strange noise, and the pigs can run away, or worse, they can counterattack. Early in the morning, we were in the forest, lying in ambush at the high huts that had been built for better observation. It didn't take long before we heard the sound of hurried footsteps, and then the shaggy black figures appeared. My comrades and I quickly loaded our guns. A series of gunshots tore through the quiet atmosphere. Some of the big pigs fell, others ran away in all directions. After the shot, my heart was still pounding. Even though the morning was still chilly, I felt my body heating up. Perhaps it was due to the excitement mixed with nervousness. European wild boars are not like in picture books or fairy tales. They are not slow or stupid. On the contrary, they are intelligent, highly organized, and extremely dangerous when cornered. That is why we always keep a safe distance to hunt them. Through the tree trunks and dry leaves, I saw a wild boar appear. It was looking around warily. I slowly raised the gun, keeping my breathing steady. Even the slightest noise would ruin the whole ambush. I held my breath and pulled the trigger. The wild boar couldn't escape. Another wild boar appeared, but it seemed to have sensed the danger and ran away, not giving it a chance to escape. I killed it with a fatal shot to its chest. There are many wild boars living in this forest. They have strong reproductive ability and high survival rate. Therefore, each hunting trip, we can kill dozens to hundreds of wild boars. Well, another wild boar appeared on the mountainside. I raised my gun. The moment I pulled the trigger, all sound seemed to stop. The boar was hit, staggered, and collapsed. Because it was a steep slope, it rolled several times and fell down the mountainside. That it seems that on this hunting trip, we entered the lair of wild boars. They kept appearing and were also continuously destroyed. Every time I kill a wild boar, I don't feel happy. But for the sake of protecting the environment and ecosystem, we need to do it for a long time. As the afternoon wore on, we gathered in a grassy area and counted the boars. The boars lay there, huge, fierce, and powerful. We don't waste wild boar meat. After processing, the wild boar meat is marinated and dried in the traditional way. The taste is rich, wild, and full of the flavor of the forest. But for me, the greatest reward is the lesson of survival and teamwork.
As darkness slowly descends, this place does not sink into its usual silence. The monsters have returned, gigantic wild boars rampaging through everything in their path. Our patience has reached its limit. We quickly assemble, weapons ready, nerves stretched tight. A breathless showdown is about to unfold. Watch now to witness this unprecedented, intense battle. Not only are their numbers increasing, but wild boars are becoming more aggressive. They no longer just destroy crops, they are willing to attack humans. In 2019, in Italy, a 77-year-old hunter was gored to death by a wild boar while hunting. The beast charged out of the underbrush and attacked him without warning. This story serves as a stark reminder for those of us venturing into hunts like these. We must always remain cautious. In the vast wilderness where these monstrous creatures dwell, anything can happen. As soon as we arrived and took our positions, a wild boar suddenly charged down the hillside. It tried to escape, but my quick reflexes allowed me to pull the trigger in time. The gunshot echoed, and in an instant, the dark figure collapsed, motionless in the vast jungle. After securing our first success, I headed towards my teammates to continue the intense battle. From a distance, chaotic sounds echoed, the relentless barking of dogs mixed with the enraged growls of wild boars. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out, but the wounded boar refused to surrender. It went berserk, dashing away in an attempt to escape the encirclement. Under the relentless pressure of the hunting dogs and our tight formation, the wild boars became panicked and disoriented. Gunfire erupted from all sides, and one by one, the beasts fell. Cheers of triumph erupted among our team, a thrilling hunt, gripping to the very last second. Following the guidance of a local, we moved toward another hill. Spreading out along the gentle slopes, we quickly blocked off every possible escape route for the boars. From my position, I spotted a wild boar dashing right in front of me. A swift strike was executed. With a single gunshot, the boar was taken down in an instant. The distant barking of dogs signaled that the prey was near. I immediately took my stance, prepared for the showdown. Under relentless pursuit from the dogs, the wild boar was forced into a vulnerable position. It desperately turned back, searching for an escape route, but two decisive shots ended all hope. Elsewhere, gunshots continued to echo. Every well-aimed shot meant another fallen boar. Dark figures of all sizes, from smaller juveniles to massive adults, lay scattered across the hunting ground, marking a highly successful pursuit. A strong start had the entire team excited as we climbed higher towards the hilltop. From the hillside, we observed dark figures darting through the tree cover. They were not running in panic, rather, they were heading toward the mountain peak, where the dense forest could serve as a natural shield. One wrong move, and the entire herd could disappear from our sights. We held our positions, ready, but not hasty in pulling the trigger. Suddenly, a wild boar charged right in front of me. Without hesitation, I fired, taking it down instantly. Sensing danger, the wild boars turned and scattered in all directions. But this time, we were ready. My comrades swiftly tightened the perimeter. Gunfire erupted in quick succession, echoing through the vast jungle. The hunt had entered its most thrilling phase. Another heart-pounding pursuit was playing out on the other side of the hill. The hunters' shouts of excitement blended with the pounding of their hearts. Everyone was laser-focused, determined not to miss a single shot, nor let any prey get away. Guns were raised, locked onto their targets, resolute in bringing home victory. With each passing second, the hunt became even more intense. We had protected the villagers, safeguarded the crops, and ensured the community's safety. And I knew that no matter how tough the challenges ahead, we would always be ready to face them and fight for what was right. Thank you all for following this journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.
Texas is home to the largest population of feral hogs in the United States, estimated at nearly 3 million, causing nearly $100 million in damage to the agricultural sector each year. In response, Texas has resorted to everything from trapping and gun hunting to more daring methods, chasing wild hogs by helicopter. This measure is not only an effort to control the herd, but has also become popular as an adventure tourism service for shooters who love challenges. Of course, not everyone can participate. Pilots need a valid Federal Aviation Administration pilot license, and shooters like me need a specialized license, such as an aerial wildlife management permit. With all the necessary paperwork and careful preparation, we began our trip. The weather today is quite nice, clear, little wind and light sunshine, perfect for a helicopter hunt. From above, I could see dense tracts of wild boars running across the sand. Then a herd of about 10 pigs came into view. I signaled the pilot to lower altitude, raised my gun, and pulled the trigger repeatedly. One by one, the pigs were hit, falling down one by one on the road. It couldn't have been a better start. Still excited, the pilot suddenly pointed to the northeast. Another flock appeared. Then the gun was loaded again. The helicopter glided low. I calmly aimed, starting with the last ones in line. Each shot was decisive. A new batch of prey was taken down. Started to move into an area with sparse bushes, but still open enough to observe. Wild boars were extremely alert and slow to react to the air. So, once I spotted my prey, especially those running alone, it took me less than 2 minutes to finish them off cleanly. I strained my eyes to find every trace. Then suddenly, another herd appeared. It seems that the helicopter's low altitude to reduce glare caused a lot of noise, which alerted the pigs. They immediately scattered and ran in different directions, making aiming difficult. I thought the drama had died down, but as the helicopter tilted into a new curve, I caught a glimpse of a pig in the middle of the open field. Immediately, the pilot tilted the helicopter slightly towards the target. I seized the opportunity, steadied my gun, and pulled the trigger. Starting to turn golden. We had to make the most of our last few minutes as the helicopter hunt only lasted until dusk. I aimed at the largest leader and pulled the trigger. I successfully took down the prey with just one shot. Meanwhile, my friend Jake had already managed to kill a few other members of the pack. The video ends here. How do you feel about today's hunt? Leave your comments in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to follow the next dramatic hunts.
It was late at night, but we still persisted in ambushing, determined to take down a few more wild pigs. Giant black shadows were leisurely foraging in the field, accidentally entering our sights. Once I had aimed at a target, I quickly opened fire. Loud gunshots frightened the pigs and they ran away. However, our group of hunters did not let them escape. We all carefully adjusted our guns, trying to take down the entire herd of pigs.
Hey, what you got, bud?
The accurate shots helped us take down many large pigs, which was a great achievement. On a quiet night, we worked tirelessly to kill the pigs, contributing to minimizing the damage they caused to the farmers in the area. However, as the night grew late, fatigue gradually sets in. We realized that it was time to end the hunt. Gunshots gradually faded away, and perhaps the pigs were too scared to come back. The hunt ended with a proud result, bringing us the joy of a successful night of hunting. The last gunshots fell silent, and the countryside returned to its usual quiet. Despite the difficulties and challenges, our teamwork and perseverance helped us achieve our goal. It was truly a memorable experience. Crazy but fun night. Thank you for following, and see you on the next journey.